Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
I have a question.
Yep.
I witnessed you have a cheeky little wine with dinner.
Yeah.
Is that going to impede your ability to host this show?
No.
You've slurred your words already.
No. The heroin will probably take care of that.
But if we have a great show, maybe heroin is the lucky charm.
Maybe.
So then you'll have to keep doing it.
It's weird that your face is melting. That's kind of put me off a little bit.
But
if you could just stop that.
But you're doing very well. You're still very audible.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good. Because it doesn't feel like I have a mouth. It's not there at all, Cambo.
I'm sinking into the floor. My heartbeat is very slow.
Yeah. Cambo,
Yeah.
I like to be honest with our listeners.
Sure.
Before the episode, we were sitting on the couch.
Yep.
And you said, how about we just release an old episode
and see if
anyone notices.
Yeah.
And I said, no, Cambo. How dare you? We give them new original content every week.
But it's weird because the way you said it was kind of a slow nod.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you know what?
But
that's more your fault.
I did get that. No, I got the message loud and clear though from the nod. I was like, oh, he's told me.
Okay, good.
Real question here. How
Yeah.
far back in our catalog would we have to go, do you think? Sound quality aside, because sound quality would be a giveaway.
Yeah.
How back in our catalog would we have to go before people started questioning?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like episode like 20.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good number. Yeah, I think so. Because you
we've-
can't go too early because some
Yeah.
people start at the start again. But they've probably given up by episode 20.
But also, like, by 20 episodes in, we've kind of got the flow a little bit. And look, to be fair to us, I'm going to give us a little bit of credit. We had all of our theme songs and segments by episode 3.
Yeah.
And we have not changed.
Yeah.
Which, actually, I don't know if that is a compliment.
I think that's a good thing.
For better or for worse, we haven't changed.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And if it is broke, just take
Don't
some
fix
heroin.
it.
Take some heroin.
Take some heroin.
I'll tell you what, you see a whole different perspective.
It's real good. It's real good after that. I made a lot of heroin jokes in this podcast. I feel like just over the course of the podcast,
Well,
me making jokes about doing heroin. I think at some point people are going to think,
you've done it.
I think he's done
you're
heroin.
doing it.
Yeah. I think
Well,
that's,
if you remember, this is a call out to people that have been listening since the very beginning.
since episode 20.
One of our earliest themes was a methamphetamine theme, if you
Yeah,
remember correctly.
that's true. Yeah, probably the best one.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, we haven't had a theme.
I missed that, Cambo.
We haven't had a theme in a little while.
Yeah, that's true. Until this episode, Cambo. Let me tell you about what the theme is.
The theme will present itself throughout the episode.
The theme is clocks.
Okay.
You get that in a moment.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So let's get into it.
Sure.
This is this first one was by. I found this just before I wrote the notes earlier tonight. It's by Inkspring, and it was in the subreddit Cool Guides.
Ooh.
It's a new subreddit I came across. It's pretty cool. This is actually just a news article. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure if this is going to go anywhere, but I found it really interesting, like genuinely super interesting. So I'm just going to read this article to you, and
You're going to read it to me.
maybe we'll move. I actually have a backup one just in
Okay.
case this does actually go nowhere. So
You're going to read it to me, but by then extension to all of the listeners.
to all the listeners, that's what I do. It's my job. Okay, the title of this article is "Why Tok Tick Does Not Sound Right to Your Ears."
Oh my God, the theme.
The clocks campaign. It's all about the clocks.
Okay, why tok tick does not sound
right
to your ears?
to ears. Yep. Ever wondered why we say tick tock,
Nope.
not tok tick?
Nope.
How about right now though?
I guess.
Yeah.
But only because you asked me that
Yeah,
question
yeah.
just then.
I have to agree. I've never thought about this before either.
Yeah, I've never been like, TikTok, that's a bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Or ding dong,
Do you
not
think,
dong
just
ding.
quickly, do you think Nelson and Cambo sounds more right than Cambo and Nelson?
Nelson and Cambo and Nelson.
I feel like Nelson and Cambo sound. I don't know. I think that sounds more correct.
More correct?
Yeah.
Cambo, Nelson. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think Nelson and Cambo. Yeah. Not Tok Tick or Ding Dong, not Dong Ding. King Kong, not Kong King. Turns out it is one of the unwritten rules of English that native speakers know without knowing. The rule explains a BBC article. The rule explains a BBC article. That's so weird.
It makes
They're
sense.
actually
The rule explains the BBC.
Yeah. No, but they're referencing another article.
Oh yeah.
This is an article.
How old is this? Because I feel like journalism these days are all just like, this other news site said this.
No date. But it looks older. I don't know. Anyway, okay. The rule, explains a BBC article, is if there are 3 words, then the order has to go I, A, O. If there are 2 words, then the first is I and the second is either A or O. Mishmash, chit-chat, dilly-dally, shilly-shally, tip-top, hip-hop, flip-flop, tic-tac, sing-song, ding-dong, King Kong, ping-pong. There's another unwritten rule at work in the name Little Red Riding Hood. It says the article. Says the article. See, they talk about this, and I'm not very on point with the grammar here, am I?
This is the equivalent to someone reposting something on Reddit.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I saw this, but this is from me now.
And then I'm rereading it. It's a whole weird cycle.
You're
Anyway.
hearing this, listener, third hand.
Yeah, that's right. Adjectives in English absolutely have to be in this order: opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose, noun. So you can have a lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife, but if you mess with that word order in the slightest, you'll sound like a maniac. That they don't go on to then have that sentence. Let me see if I can mix it around for you.
So they don't give you an example of it being out of order.
The green little old whittling rectangular French silver knife.
That still sounds
Sort of sounds
yeah.
okay. Anyway,
if you put knife in the middle.
Knife is probably good. Yeah. Anyway, okay. That explains why we say little green men, not green little men. But I know what you're thinking, Kemba. Right now you're thinking, but what about Big Bad Wolf?
Yeah.
Breaks the rule, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Big Bad Wolf sounds like a gross violation of the opinion.
But it
bad
follows the
size, big noun wolf order. It won't, though, if you recall the first rule about the IAO order.
I did recall it.
Yes, you've done very well.
Yeah.
When I first read this, I didn't. Blew my mind.
So Little Red Riding Hood sounds like quite a rebellious story in hindsight. They're breaking all kinds of literature rules, but also
Little Red Riding Hood works.
Oh, it does.
Because that follows because it's not...
Okay, yep.
You're right that it does have an I in the first word, but I think because there's no word with A or I suppose there's hood, but it's...
So if it was remade in the 90s as Little Rad Riding Hood and she had like a skateboard, is that become incorrect?
No, that would still work because it's IA.
So Rad Little Riding Hood doesn't work.
That doesn't work. Yeah. That rule seems invaluable. Don't know. That finished the sentence, I think.
Nelson, just to clarify for the listeners, you can read.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This article, for some reason, is throwing me off. Okay. All 4 of a horse's feet make exactly the same sound, but we always say clip-clop, never clop-clip. This rule, except probably you, Camper.
Well, I was going to say,
Mr. 12 Chuggers.
How do people feel about chugga chugga? Because that's the same word repeated. Shouldn't it be like chigga chugga?
Chigga? What? No.
But by this rule,
no, because it's only if the saying has 2 words like that. Like it's not tick tick.
Why not?
Because it talks, Camper.
Does it though?
But it doesn't. But it doesn't talk tick.
It's saying the horse's feet make the same noise.
Yes. Have you heard a horse's feet go?
But
in a cartoon.
But it's not clip clop if it's the same noise, is it? They're 2 different.
You're
noises.
saying a horse's hooves go clip clip.
Hey, mate, did you have horses growing up? I had 2. I had 2. Right?
Yeah. Did you?
Let me tell you, they were clipping around the yard.
Well,
they do.
Yeah. Did you put them down? I would have.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh my god! Listen to that. Who's like a clip? Oh, that's a diseased horse. This rule even has a technical name, if you care to know it. The rule of never mind that.
I haven't wondered why it's TikTok and I don't care to know. No, go on. What's the rule?
The rule of Ablaut Reduplication.
I'm never going to say that.
I'm never going to say that.
I'll say the TikTok rule.
I'm going to definitely title this episode Ablaut Reduplication.
I look forward to being our least listened to episode ever.
Can't read it, not going to listen to it.
Because we find catchy titles. Like, here's a peek behind the curtain listener. The Best of Reddit was like one of our highest listened episodes because it's quite a catchy title.
Yeah.
Boy, we won't get anyone listening with
Ablaut Reduplication. I think it's a winner, Cambo.
Okay, no,
it's one of those ones where you're like, I wonder what that's about. Or somebody knows it and they're like, oh, I wonder if you're going to talk about that tick thing.
Wow, it's about time someone brought this up to the forefront of podcasts. I'm all for you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Nelson.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give it a go. If we only get 3 listens, we'll know why. But then life is simpler knowing what we know, the rule, without knowing it.
What?
That's what they said. I didn't read that wrong. Life is simpler knowing that we know the rule without knowing it. That's what I said.
Yeah. What I said. On second listen, it made more sense.
Doesn't. Do you have anything to add to that, Cambo?
The whole time I've been trying to think if there's anything that breaks
the rule. Yeah.
Can't think of anything.
Because it's hard to just think of a combination of words.
Yeah.
Anyway, that have that without the ones that have already been said. What if it's just only those words?
I think even just in the context of the show.
I thought about one. Wait, did they already have it? They did. Never mind. I was thinking flip flop.
Oh, right.
But they did
it. But even in the context of this show, I feel like Reddit on Reddit, phonetically quite appealing to say when you compare it to read it on Reddit.
Yeah, that's
far less appealing to say.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We wouldn't have our massive success had we insisted everyone pronounce it, read it on Reddit.
Yeah, that's true. We've lost all the listeners that read it that way
or
the first time.
Did anyone see the thumbnail of the show, thought it was called Read It on Reddit, and then in your intro was like,
oh, maybe it's happened. It's probably happened. Yeah. Big Bang. Thought of one. Rather than a bang that is big. I mean, you're never going to say that the other way anyway. Bang big.
Yeah. There was a bang big.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. We could move on. I was kind of wanted to do this one though.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly do this one. All right.
I'll make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Thank you so much, Cambo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, this one's by Chill Out Jack, and it was an Ask Reddit. And he said, "What is a fun fact that is mildly disturbing?" Do you have any just off the top of your head?
Horses can't vomit.
Good one.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made that go nowhere.
Well, thank you.
Like you promised. No. Okay, so I just thought I'd read a few of the comments.
Sure.
As occasionally do. Just so here's some interesting, mildly disturbing facts for everybody.
Sure.
It's by Popham333. Some snails and flatworms can be both male and female before mating. They have spiked protrusions and stab at each other, and whoever gets stabbed the deepest carries the kids. It's called penis jousting.
I thought they said disturbing, not sexy as hell.
Oh, sexy as hell. That was so sexy. Oh, my God.
We all love a bit of penis joust.
Oh, yeah.
Pop that on a billboard.
We all love a bit of penis joust. Here's another one. This is by Dank Meme King 69420. That is this guy.
What does
king.
Dank Meme King 69420 have to say?
Does he have to say anything?
He doesn't. In a way, he's done it all.
He's done it all.
But I am interested in whatever cool bro fact this is.
There was a series of movies during the 1980s called the Guinea Pig films that were so gory that the director of the movie was actually investigated by the cops and had to show how he did the effects.
Yeah, that didn't just happen in the 19th century. There was a cannibal holocaust. They had to prove that was in like the 70s. I want to say that was like a mockumentary about a bunch of cannibals, and they had to actually prove that they didn't kill
No.
people because it was so gory.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh my God.
What?
The very next comment by Rabid Midgets. Very similar with Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you just read this, obviously.
Yeah.
That's shame on you. Get your own original content.
How do you know that isn't my handle on Reddit?
Very well, very good. No, because this is Canva, so
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, done.
If anyone wants to follow me, I have. Only you don't follow people, do you?
Yeah, no, you can on Reddit.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a weird thing that people do for some reason.
No, follow me.
Okay, this
I posted once
yeah.
in a fitness forum asking about
Saying
shoes.
please help.
I was asking about shoes. So
Okay.
feel free to give that an upvote.
Okay. Yeah.
To tell you what, didn't get much traction.
Oh, shoe joke. I get it.
Yeah.
This is by Brief Living. By the way, I didn't proofread these. I'm just hoping that they're interesting. This is by,
and also, as we don't want anyone to fact check us, we have not fact checked these.
yeah, exactly. Brief Living has one. Mother Sicilians amphibian feed their babies with their own skin. Their babies have specialized temporary teeth that they use to peel off layers of their mother's skin. The skin grows back and the young feed some more for up to 3 months. That's gross.
Nelson, I think you've accidentally opened Sexy Facts.
Oh, I've wait a second. This is in the subreddit Sexy Facts.
This is r/Sexy Facts.
Oh boy. What?
Okay, now you're just reading silently
Okay,
on air.
this is by Jawskin.
Okay.
Dolphins use dead fish as pocket pussies.
What?
Does he mean like a fleshlight thing?
Yeah.
But also gross.
Yeah.
Sexy facts. Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
This is by The Clever Idiot. Bunnies actually have the ability to scream, but they will only scream if they feel they are about to die.
Oh my god. We
What?
need to threaten a bunny.
I know. I'm so glad you went there because
Yeah.
I want to know.
And look, we'll say this: we will not kill the bunny.
Yeah, yeah.
We just want the bunny to think it's going to
To
die.
the point at which it thinks it's going to die. I wonder how far we have to go. It might be worse to try and convince a bunny that it's going to die
Yeah, because
and not kill it.
Because
You might have to run over its legs or
because it probably has no real we can't just threaten
Point
it
a
with
gun
a
at it.
knife.
Yeah.
And it'd be like,
Yeah.
I have no comprehension of what that is. You're
Yeah.
like, okay. Oh boy.
You know what I think we have to do is
Set a touch on fire.
get
I'm
it.
with you.
Okay. That's one option.
A
Let's just
a
keep multiple
controlled
options.
burn.
Multiple options. I mean, we don't want to set everything on fire. All the rabbits,
Yeah.
Kimbo.
And we also don't want it to die.
Yeah, that's right. This is what I'm thinking is first we
First. Yeah, good one.
we
Rabbit pun. Fur.
First. Wow. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's a good joke, Nelson.
So
that was your
many-
joke.
They're so not specific to bunnies, but I like it. Okay. First. It's so dumb. We capture a bunny,
Yeah.
put it in a cage,
Yeah.
capture another bunny,
Yeah, gotcha.
kill that bunny in front of the put it in a stew, eat the stew in front of the bunny.
Right.
Then to the caged bunny, we act as if we're going to kill it in the same way.
Right.
Okay?
Well, how
We haven't killed the bunny.
how long is a bunny's memory? 'Cause here's what I don't want. Because if this takes like a day and a half and the bunny forgets, because then we come back and he's forgotten what we've done. We're like, oh, we've just eaten that.
Kill another
We've
one.
just eaten that bunny for.
Okay, we'll do it very quickly, one after the other. Kill one, let it sink in. Obviously, he might be like, oh, he might come to. So you get a bunny to scream.
Yep.
All right, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by JT Driver. JT Driver 13. So I was just thinking about killing bunnies.
There you go. There's another billboard. I was just thinking about killing bunnies, then brackets.
Lol.
Stifled laughter.
Okay. Storm Area 51 is just 1 week away. What's a harmless way they could stop us all?
Well, let me just say this. I think Dank Meme King 69 420, he'll be there.
He'll be there,
He'll be
obviously.
I reckon they've got a pretty good system. It's got a big fucking fence.
What? That's a terrible system.
What are you talking about?
I've never looked at a fence and been like, can't go through there. If I really wanted to, I feel... In fact, there is an oval across from where I live, and it has a big fence, metal fence, and I've always thought if I've ever wanted to use the oval, I'll just jump the fence.
But I think the key thing here is thought. I think everyone thinks they can jump a huge fence. But isn't it like electrified?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, that's true.
Get somebody else to do it. I would Dank Meme King. Get him on it.
I would think that the majority of people that don't see the irony and did try and storm Area 51.
Yep.
I don't want to paint with a broad brush here, but I'm going to. But I feel like if you say that at the beginning, you're fine. I don't want to paint with a broad brush. But maybe, do you think that the general stereotype of that kind of person could climb a 20-foot fence?
I would say that if you said today, let's storm Area 51 tomorrow, no. But people have been training, Campbell.
Have they?
You don't understand. Well, they started to.
Yeah.
And then they got distracted by Netflix
then
and Mountain Dew.
A new meme came up that was even funnier.
Yeah. No, I think all sorts of people have gotten behind this. Look, the thing is, I don't expect anybody to really turn up.
Yeah.
I think
there's going to be at least like 3 idiots. Yeah.
But possibly. I think somebody got arrested the other week.
Oh, really?
Because they were just close by. And
so here's the thing, right? And I don't want to say that I was on a trend before it was cool. But me and a buddy of mine that went to high school together, our retirement plan for many years has been when we don't want to live anymore, we just want to go to Area 51 and be like, we know that you may have to kill us. Yeah, that's fine. Show us the secrets. Let us know, and then we'll die in peace. Okay. That's been our retirement plan for a long time.
Okay.
But that's the process. Don't storm it. Go politely.
I just ask permission.
Yeah. Has anyone actually just asked nicely to come in?
But you haven't. Nobody's ever done that.
Oh, of course. Yeah, come in. Go on tour.
Oh, I hope the fences haven't put you up. We definitely just very welcoming.
Man, you want to see some aliens? We've got so many aliens here. It's crazy that no one's ever seen them. That's the end of the thing. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. They turn you down the first time, go back next day.
Oh, just bug them to death.
Eventually, they'll be like, all right, but don't tell anyone, but come in.
That is,
I've
never thought about that.
You promise you're not a spy. You do have to promise them you're not a spy.
Yeah.
And then you're in.
Yeah, okay.
That's my guess.
That's pretty good. And you know what? All spies have to say if they're a spy.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
The rule.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
If you ever go into like the CIA headquarters, they just say, "Hey, you a spy?" as you walk in, and if you don't answer, that's also considered that you're not a spy. It's fine.
There's that famous story in the Cold War where there was someone they thought was a Russian spy, and they said, "Are you a spy?" And he said, "No." Turned out he was a spy. He's just bloody good.
Oh, good spy work.
Yeah. Like, but he did the thing. Oh, he's good. Oh, he's good. Isn't
he? That's true. James Bond, I think that was that guy's names.
Yep.
Names.
Yeah, famous Russian spy James Bond.
Yeah. That's where he came from. Okay, Camber, you have not answered the question at all.
I think I said a big fence.
You said the big fence, which is already there. That's a boring answer.
Okay.
Let me give you the real answer, Camber.
Okay.
Harmless way they could stop us all. Actually, pretty easy.
Yep.
You bring out one of the aliens.
Yep.
And you say, look, we don't want to let you in, but obviously you're not going to leave here empty-handed.
Yeah, right.
So we're just going to give you one of the aliens.
Yeah.
And don't get greedy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll definitely kill you all.
Right.
So
it's harmless to a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
So
it's saying, look,
the murder of millions or thousands, I guess.
Yeah.
That's on them.
Yeah.
They said, here's one alien and then we won't kill everyone.
Yeah. I
And
reckon
if we
they
do
could-
end up killing everyone,
Yeah.
that's on you.
That's on you. That's on you guys. We gave you the option. Because I think that if you just got on a megaphone,
Mhm.
stand in front of the masses, you're like, look, okay, we will either give you one alien,
Yeah.
or you get nothing. Okay, we will try our hardest with lethal force to stop you from getting in.
Yeah.
I reckon everybody's gonna be like, well, shit, give us an alien. I mean, it's kind of what we came here for. Granted, it's going to make people more curious.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Let's say that Area 51 doesn't have any aliens.
Well,
Like,
let's say.
let's say that, right? Do you think they'd be like, man, people are going to storm here, find out what we're really doing?
Yeah.
We should get some aliens.
Oh, yeah.
we need to somehow go to Area 52 where all the aliens are.
Yeah. Nobody talks about Area 52.
Exactly. That's how they like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's obsessed with Area 51, which is just empty hangars.
Yeah.
And a couple of guys sniggering to themselves. Like, all these idiots think we've got aliens in here. They're next door at Area 52.
Yeah.
I reckon they'd have to go get aliens, put them in Area
Okay.
51.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's probably the best point, right?
Yeah.
If you really had people storm, you just like a few days before, all the stuff you don't want people to see.
Get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Put it in Area 52.
If you're going to storm the most top secret base in America,
Yeah.
don't set a date.
You've done that wrong. You've done that wrong.
Yeah.
I think I would love it if they just like
You've given them a deadline.
they're like, okay, yeah. But it's the government. It works real slow.
Yeah,
So yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, Area 51's always been completely empty.
Yeah,
Don't know
yeah,
what you're talking about.
yeah, we've been meaning to put stuff in here for ages. Okay, here's another one, Gambit.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Let's do this one because it relates to another one later on in the show. This is by Reasonable Rules. You are trapped in your most hated person's body. You have 48 hours to ruin their life. You may not kill or be killed.
Mm-hmm.
What will you do?
Oh, that's okay. The question is, in what way do we want to ruin their life? Because you can ruin them financially, which would obviously,
yeah.
impact them, or do you ruin their reputation?
Why not both? Gambo.
It's bloody good.
Sorry, I thought about that. Oil taco ad. I can't say why not both without thinking about that taco ad.
Yeah, you're being held aloft by a group of Mexicans. Like that small
Exactly.
child.
That's what I want one day.
Yeah,
I'm assuming if I go to Mexico,
that's the.
and I just say
deal.
why not both.
Oh,
we would just.
I guess I'm being lifted.
Yeah. Anywho.
Okay, how would we ruin someone's life?
Okay.
And
what? Okay, wait. Before we get into it,
Mhm.
what do we know? So, for example,
Yeah.
we're put into this other person's body.
Yeah.
Do we know their PIN number to their bank account? Because maybe we don't. If we have all our memories and such.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because then you can only make purchases under $100.
Yeah.
You can make a bunch of them though.
That's true. Could take a while. But the good thing about that is, so long as you were on camera, they couldn't then later on be like, that wasn't me.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you could you could look in their wallet, see
Yeah.
what bank they bank with. Say it's in Australia we have the ANZ.
Yeah.
Walk into the ANZ branch, be like, it's clearly me. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'll just withdraw all of my money.
Oh my
please."
God. Yeah. Because you just need like your license, right?
Yeah, and your signature. You could look at their signature on the back of their
could
license or their credit cards or whatever.
What if you
Like,
like?
anyway, I'm going to withdraw my money, cancel all of my accounts,
Yeah.
and then walk
let's
into
do-
your bank of choice.
Yes.
Say that is the NAB
Yes.
next door. Say, just deposit this into the account of Nelson Ellingham, please.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, I'm a dickhead. I want that on the financial
Yeah,
records.
put that on the record, please. Or I mean, that's a good one. I just feel like it's a risk of maybe somehow tracing it back. I might have to pay tax on that, Cambo.
Yeah, that's
if I get
true.
a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
So I think
Pay tax on that
buy
free
a-
money you got.
buy a suitcase and then put all the money in there.
Yep.
And then hide it somewhere.
Yeah.
That Nelson, me, the person inside their body.
The question
back and get-
is, let's say we're enemies, right? And
Yep.
you wake up in my body.
Yeah, let's say we're enemies.
You wake up in my body, and you're like,
Yeah.
cool, got. Was it 48 hours?
Yeah.
Yep. You're like
2 days.
I've got 48
Plenty of time.
hours to ruin Cambo's life.
Yeah.
But am I doing the same to you? Like, are you like, where is he? Is he in
yeah.
my body right now?
Yeah.
Like, one of the first things I do is go check me.
Yeah, okay.
Like, what's my situation? Okay,
that's a good
I'm
point.
passed out on the couch. My
Yeah.
body is lifeless.
Yeah.
Good, but maybe
That's
he's tricking
fine.
me.
Oh, yeah. Because if you
maybe-
turned up at their place and so it was them checking on you,
Yeah.
you might be lifeless as well. You
Yeah,
act
yeah,
like
yeah.
the lifeless person to throw them off.
Yeah.
No, but then they would do more. I think that's tricky.
my point is, I would like, as an insurance, I would like to make sure that I
Yeah.
am not being inhabited by someone else as
yeah.
well. Because then I feel like it's a Cold War situation.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? You're both looking at each other outside your respective banks,
Yeah.
being like, don't, I swear to God, don't.
Or you just keep transferring each other money back.
It's just a game to see who can do it before you both pass out again and wake up in each other's bodies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Who's doing it at the last second? Which makes me think of another thing,
Yeah.
far more morbid.
Yeah, go.
But it says you can't kill them. But if you time it right, you could like jump off a bridge. You're like,
Or just like, say you're like, all right, I'm going to be out of this body at 3:30.
yeah.
But I know there's a 3:31 train.
Yeah,
So I'm going to tie myself onto these tracks.
Yeah.
And then I'll jump out of my body.
Yeah, that's true. Flawless.
Yep.
That's how you get away with murder.
Because there's a CCTV footage. We'll just have this man tying
Tying
himself to the tracks.
And then for a
And
split
then-
second, he's like,
Either way, that's the perfect crime.
that's
People saying, "Oh, stab someone with an ice pick," or what? No. The
No,
perfect
no.
crime: swap it to their
Swap
body,
their bodies.
tie them to a train track, swap out.
Yeah. Firstly, you need to be holding an object in a weather storm, violent storm.
Yeah.
Get struck by lightning. That's how it happens, obviously.
And obviously, you need to, in public, be like, "I of sound body and mind choose to tie myself to these tracks. I will start screaming. That's a joke.
Yeah. Don't worry about
I'm
that.
telling you preemptively, so when it does happen, you know it's going to happen, and nothing is out of the ordinary.
Yep.
Off I go.
Flawless.
Tell people I said this.
Yep. Also, just put some mud in their pockets. That's annoying.
That's pretty annoying.
I'd be really annoyed.
Because imagine, and like it's kind of solidified, but it's still a bit squishy.
Yeah. Yeah. And in like all their pockets. Like go through their wardrobe,
All of them.
put mud in all
Yeah.
their pockets.
And just before you're about to swap out, wet their socks.
yeah. Oh, that's
Wet their
always-
socks, put your shoes
oh my
back
god. Oh my god. In mud. Put their socks in mud. I've got all this mud game. May as well put some socks in there. I like that just for 48 hours. I'm just trying to cover as much of their stuff in mud as I can. I go back to
It's like a scene out of Predator.
yeah. I go,
That being said, they are protected from predators.
well, yeah.
In a way,
That's
you
true.
may have saved their life if the
Probably-
predator invasion starts right then
Probably
and
saved
there.
their life.
They'll be like, "Oh, this Nelson guy's all right." I don't know
Anything
why
is
we're such
possible.
enemies.
Yeah. I think so I think I finished on the final day. I finally covered all your stuff in mud.
Right.
And then I transfer back to my body and I'm on the train tracks. Oh shit, I should have done this.
he did far worse.
I just put mud everywhere.
You look up in the sky and they're entering the atmosphere as a predator ship. You're like, "Oh no!"
All right. Let's get into Today I Learned.
So now it's time for Today I Learned. What are these shows about?
Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Second account 404. Okay, but I'm going to read this one slowly for you, okay? So you just understand the emphasis.
Yeah, I got it. All right, I'm listening.
Today I learned so much buried treasure is found in the UK that they need specific laws regarding fines. Any discovered treasure must first be offered to UK museums at a price set by the Independent Treasure Evaluation Committee. Only if no museums want the find can the treasure be privately sold or kept.
Well, that scratched that off the list of places we're going to find treasure there. Wait. This is just in the UK. It said.
Yeah,
that's fine because if you remember, weeks and weeks ago now, we had planned the ultimate heist of a fountain in Italy.
Yeah,
but we're all good for that.
Yeah,
because we found that treasure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The pennies in the bottom of the fountain. Look, all I'm saying, Cambo, is if you have to break a law to make millions, why not it be the law that you had to give a treasure to a committee first?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people go through much more severe laws.
Oh, yeah.
To do that. Also, or if you find like chest full of gold, only just give them a couple gold pieces. Well, I found this.
The question is, if you take the treasure out of England or out of the UK, does that law still apply?
Don't have to do it.
If it's found in the UK, but you smuggle, because then I think technically we're like pirates.
Oh my god!
We're stealing treasure and taking it we're plundering,
if
you will.
Yeah.
Because I would, because obviously we have to get there by tool ship just to complete the image.
Yeah, obviously.
And then we need to sail far enough into international waters.
Yeah.
With another tool ship on our tail.
Yeah. Wait. Oh my god! This is even more brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
We get a metal detector. Obviously.
Yeah.
It's probably how you find the treasure.
Yeah.
I imagine.
It's what pirates were missing.
Definitely. Yeah. Then we just dig around it. So that it's still encapsulated by dirt.
Right, yeah, okay.
Then we take it on our ship.
Yeah. We're taking a pile of dirt.
You're just taking a pile of dirt.
No biggie. We've got this cube of ground that we're transporting.
Put that through customs. They're like, that won't fit in the machine. And we go, don't worry, it's just a cube of dirt.
Yeah, trust us, it's all dirt all the way through.
Yeah. And then we're clear.
Yeah.
Free and clear.
I think, okay, if we want to get past customs, because this is what a good heist is all about.
Yeah.
Is getting credible backstories.
Okay.
So we do need to spend some time being certified soil and dirt experts.
Okay.
So when we have the lump of ground, and they're like, but what about it? We're like, we're soil and ground experts.
Okay, yeah.
I think we know that it's just ground.
Okay. And they say, oh yeah, I've seen that TV show that's so wildly popular. Soil and dirt experts.
We do lose a couple of years because we get a little sidetracked. Producing the show, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, we have to put a lot of effort into it. People aren't going to believe it if it's like just a shitty show that nobody's ever heard of. We should get famous people on.
Yep.
Okay, can't believe scrap this.
Because we're making millions with this TV show, but we could make hundreds of thousands from this treasure.
Yeah, that's right. We go to celebrities' places and just talk about the dirt that's like in their backyard. And what sort of ground have you got here? Just dirt ground.
Yeah. Wow, we are experts, and we can confirm.
Yeah,
is dirt ground, a little bit of grass on top. Very, very nice, Jay-Z.
If you dig far enough, bit of clay. Oh,
did Beyonce pick this one?
Yeah.
No, it came with the house. Oh, very good. Right, well, tune in next week.
Yeah. That's been...
What kind of dirt does John Bon Jovi have?
Tune in to find out. Okay.
Because then... Oh, it's brilliant. I've got how this all connects.
Yeah.
People didn't think it would, but it does.
Yeah.
They say, what are you doing over here in England? Getting this clump of dirt. I mean, we're filming. We're filming a TV show.
Yeah.
We've got filming permits to be over here.
Yeah.
So then, I feel like that's our cover story.
Yeah.
We're doing a special.
Wasn't that the point the whole time?
But I'm saying, like,
now we're actually filming. I say before we were just known as those guys.
Before
but now
the
we're
TV
actually
show
filming
was just to up our credentials.
Yeah.
But now that also gives us purpose to be digging up that specific plot of land for our season finale.
Okay.
Which is called Is There Treasure in This Block of Dirt?
And at the end we go, nah, there isn't.
Nah.
But we're wearing all this like jewelry.
There's none here. We'll take it home anyway.
I like this dirt though. It's pretty good.
And trust us, we would know. We are dirt and soil experts.
Pretty good. We'd obviously have to tell the camera crew to take 5 while we use the metal detectors over the ground. We don't want anybody filming that.
Do you know what I want to see? Either a Photoshop or an illustration of all the jobs we've claimed that we would get in order to pull off an elaborate heist or scam. Because every time it's something different. I think we were shopkeepers when we were going to rob the fountain, if I remember correctly. We owned a store.
Yeah, that's right. And the lady in the US who was she was like the whole government there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think we also started a convenience store.
A lot of the time we are shopkeepers.
Yeah.
Not this time. Now we're television hosts.
We've just got so many opportunities in our life. Anyway, that's a huge fly that just got into the.
Yeah.
Sorry, that really distracted both Campbell and I. This huge fly.
Somehow, the compound that is the podcasting room has been infiltrated by a huge fly.
Yeah, my God. Let's ask him how he did it. Get
But
into Area 51.
Respectfully quiet.
Yeah, I appreciate
Didn't
that.
buzz across the microphone.
Appreciate that, fly. All right, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Baron Leachson. I just kind of stopped.
You did.
Leachson. We can totally prepare for the zombie apocalypse by tying people's shoelaces together before we bury them.
But no, I don't think, because zombies have a very slow shuffle.
Yeah. Well, it's because of the shoelaces.
I'm saying a shoelace is for large strides. The shoelace together.
Wait.
I think.
What you're saying? You can do large.
Zombies shuffle their
yeah.
feet
No,
quite
so-
close together. I was thinking the tying the shoelaces is for when people take large strides.
Yeah.
If you want to properly protect against the zombie apocalypse, there's only one tried and true way.
Yeah.
Coffin's going down into the plot.
Yeah.
Open the door, shoot him in the head.
Shotgun to the face.
Shotgun to the face, and then everyone's like, "Well, just to be safe."
Yeah. It should be a tradition.
Yeah.
Where the youngest member of the family gets to shoot the dying person.
It's similar to, and I mean, no disrespect to the armed services, but they have the gun salute up in the air.
Yeah.
But for a regular citizen, the guns just get pointed down.
One in the air, one in the face. Cover all bases.
Yeah.
That is the way to do it. Mm-hmm. But I think maybe you're onto something, that the shuffling is just because they're shoes tight. You see movies where some zombies run, some zombies shuffle.
Are you
I think it's
indicating
just
that the funeral industry or the graveyard industry have already thought about this?
Yeah.
Are preemptively tying shoes, but it's not enough.
It's not enough. There's some people out there that haven't been taught. I imagine they do this on like induction when you first become a funeral person.
Yeah.
What do they call? Morgue assistant person. And I think it should be number one rule. And they should have like flyers up everywhere on the wall so nobody forgets.
Theory.
Hey, don't forget to tie their shoes together.
Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll notice that there hasn't been a zombie apocalypse. And I'm wondering, at the morgue or the funeral home, or I'm not quite sure in which part of the process is done, but they make someone up to be presentable to be displayed.
Yeah.
And maybe the reason they have to do that is because they have shot them in the head. So just to be safe, they do shoot all the patients in the head. Then go, all right, let's make this up and make it look like we haven't shot them in the face.
Maybe. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking.
I'm saying they're the unsung heroes. They've stopped every zombie apocalypse.
I'm so appreciative now. I've never even thought about this before. Yeah. Obviously, we've never had a zombie apocalypse. Yeah. It's definitely that. Yeah. So I think probably they make one of those plaster molds out of their head. Cut the head right off.
Yeah.
And put the plaster mold in place.
Yeah. That's why they tell you to keep a respectful distance.
Yeah. And why they always have the eyes closed.
Yeah.
Because you can never replicate that.
That's true. They're the windows into the soul.
Yeah.
And they're soul and plaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the motto. You see that on morgue walls everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
No soul in plaster.
No souls in plaster.
Now
Keep
makes-
the eyelids closed.
And then in small brackets underneath, because of zombies.
And then under that, 100% success rate. Okay, here's another one. This is by Jen Mischief. If your friends tell you not to give into peer pressure and you don't, technically you did.
That's true. That's a real catch-22 situation, isn't it?
So give into peer pressure,
Yeah.
Cambo, because no matter what, you will.
But that's only if everyone tells you not to give into peer pressure.
I think it only requires one person to tell you that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. 'Cause
Hey, everyone listening, don't give in to peer pressure.
got
I've just created a whole bunch of smokers.
Does peer pressure, does that work on you?
Yeah, definitely when I was younger. I think that's why I probably started smoking in the first place.
I definitely think it did when I was younger,
Yeah.
but from the age of about 22,
Mhm.
I reckon.
Well-
To be wildly specific,
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't care. And I think this podcast is a shrine to how little we care.
Yeah.
About our reputations, about anything.
I think though it definitely depends. I mean, I think in my adulthood life, I've had far fewer times in which peer pressure has would have for one come up, but also if I had have succumbed to it, it'd been a really big issue. Like I'd probably still succumb to peer pressure now, but at no point is there a consequence in which it's going to severely affect me, like doing some hardcore drugs.
I think
obviously I do a lot of heroin right now.
Obviously.
But like, you know, smoking, like I did one of the worst sort of things. It's not like somebody can then later on in my life say, "Oh, keep smoking." They've kind of already done that.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't think there's a situation I've had in my adulthood life where somebody's tried to peer pressure me to do something that I know would like ruin me in some way. I don't think. Like, okay, wait, here's an example that I can think for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what you count as peer pressure, right? But you are currently at work occasionally doing a crossword.
Right.
But that's not something you would inherently do. Mm-hmm. And you probably feel like you are socially obligated to kind of do that in a way.
I don't always do the crossword.
Yeah.
I was saying that, but generally, this is the dirty secret. I don't tell anyone this.
Yeah.
But every hour, my watch goes off and says I have to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
And oftentimes, that does coincide with the time that the crossword is starting. So I do see it as an opportunity more to stand up and make my watch go, "Well done, you stood up."
Yeah. Okay.
Than my watch to do the crossword. But I was just having this realization that I said when I was younger, peer pressure worked on me. But I also just realized that I don't smoke and I don't drink that much. And maybe peer pressure didn't actually work on me all that much. Because I was definitely offered them.
I don't know.
But I also feel like maybe this is a sign of like my privilege. But I was never in a situation where someone's like, "Do you want a cigarette?" I'm like, "No, thanks." And they're like, "No, go on, do it." Everyone's like, "Yeah, cool."
Yeah.
And then they just left.
Well, I think the thing with peer pressure is it's never really like that anyway.
No.
Like I say that I succumb to peer pressure from smoking, but I don't think anybody ever offered me a cigarette.
Right.
I think I was always the one that, like, the people were smoking around me and I asked to have one.
Yeah.
And most people are kind of like, "Are you sure? Because smoking's bad." Like, I remember the very first cigarette I had, and it was this girl that I found out in hindsight was really into me, and I'm really annoyed that I just messed that up. And she was like, I don't know. I said, "Oh, can I try one?" And she's like, "I don't know if you want to." I was like, come on, I just need to try. I was really drunk at the time also. And she was like, "Okay." And she like taught me how to smoke.
Wow.
But yeah, I can't honestly think of a time after that when I even started properly smoking.
It's funny because it seems like you wanted to be peer pressured.
Yeah.
But no one would.
Come on.
And you had to go up and be like, do you want to offer me a cigarette? Or,
yeah.
and you peer pressured them into letting you smoke.
Yeah. So I'm a very good peer pressure.
Because they were like, I don't know if I want to. Like, oh, go on, give me a cigarette.
yeah.
You were the exact opposite to the cliche.
Yeah, that's right. But I think that's probably it. The idea is that peer pressure isn't actually the idea of somebody telling you something or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just that it's kind of like the scenario that you're in rather than the words that are spoken.
Oh, yeah. It's not that thing of someone like, do it, man. It's cool. It's more that like everyone's doing it and you feel a little socially awkward that you're not.
Yeah. So which I think then is harder to work out if you've been peer pressured or not, because you can't say, oh, it was that instance when that happened. And also I think, I don't know, I feel like we probably are influenced a lot more than we think, but we just don't consciously think, oh, this is peer pressure or whatever.
Like the crossword.
Like the crossword thing, or the anal sex I have. That came out of nowhere.
The anal sex.
Yeah. Snuck up behind me, Camber. Okay, I'll do one more. I don't know why. Anyway, okay. This is by Hero. It is easier to accidentally create life than to accidentally bake a cake.
Well, that's all about circumstance, because if you took sexual pleasure from mixing egg and flour, and then you might accidentally. It's all about. It's just that I'm talking to us two specifically, personally.
Yeah.
Just happen to find sex quite like it's like satisfying and you're feeling nice and whatever. But there might be people out there, because there's kinks for everyone.
Yeah.
That do get off on mixing the raw ingredients.
But it's talking about ease though.
Yeah.
I feel like I can. Oh no, unless you're counting like dating and getting up to the point of sex.
This is what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I would say I'm in a relationship, but you're not. So it would be easier for me, but it might be easier for you to accidentally bake a cake. Because you would need to then go out, find a woman, introduce yourself, charm her to the point where she consents to sexual relations with you.
Yeah.
Bring her home.
Yeah.
Then you're on.
Oh my
You
God,
got all the
so
you
hard
got
to
all
make-
the you got all the ingredients for a cake in your cupboard right now.
Yeah. So hard to make a child. I don't know why everybody's, saying that we need more protection and awareness and stuff. It's real hard.
Yeah.
When you really think about it.
No, it's because you're doing all the anal sex.
Oh my God. It's impossible that way. But also, I'm trying to think of the circumstance in where I would accidentally bake a cake. Like I'm just...
Here's what it would be. You're like, I want to mix all the ingredients together, but I do not want to bake a cake. Right? And then you're like, I'm going to have much bench space to put this mixture.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the oven, but I won't turn it on. Because that's the only room I have left to store it.
Yeah, okay.
This raw batter.
Yeah.
You put it in the oven, and then you're like, job well done, and you lean back, but you turn the knob of the oven on, and you come back 45 to 50 minutes later.
Yeah.
And you're like, what smells good? Oh, no.
Not again.
You put it in the bottom of the cupboard with two other cakes. How does this cake happen?
Explain the frosting, Campbell. How do I accidentally do that? I'm just going to rest this frosting next to the top of this cake.
I put the frosting in the piping bag. That's as far as I wanted to go.
Yeah. God forbid something squeeze this on top of the cake that I accidentally made already.
Oh no, I got some on. Oh, I'll use this knife to get it off. I'm spreading it. Oh no, that's quite an even coat. Oh dear.
Anyway, let's get to podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another podcast and we do it ourselves.
Yes. So I've got apprehension about my podnapping.
Okay.
So I have podnapped. It's actually something I podnapped before, and I've been re-listening to it, and I've discovered another segment. So
Okay.
I'm podnapping again the Ricky Gervais show.
Right, yeah, okay.
However, this segment I'm about to present to you is from the mind of Carl Pilkington.
Okay.
So this segment is called Songs of Phrase,
Yep.
and it was notorious for being the worst segment on their show.
Okay.
So much so that they continuously tried to cancel the segment.
Okay, yeah.
But the premise is they take a phrase that has been said on the show that is well known on their show, and Carl cuts it together using popular songs.
Okay.
And then they have to work out what songs have made up that phrase.
Oh.
Now, I know I know
okay.
your Achilles heel is music.
Anything.
Yep.
Ever.
So here's what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be very lenient with you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna walk it through it with you.
Okay.
However, I've checked this. Every song
Yeah.
that I've used has been number one on the chart.
Okay.
So they're very popular songs.
It still does not
There's one
bode well with me.
There's
but
one I
let's-
guarantee you won't get.
Okay.
But I made it. I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah, okay.
So then I actually sent it to Stacey, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Today. I'm like, can you? You're pretty clever. You're cleverer than me, Nelson.
Yeah.
Can you get this?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh boy.
Oh, no.
So anyway,
Okay.
I thought what I'd do is I would play it for you,
Yeah.
and I want to see if you can even recognize the phrase.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
It could be
here's the thing.
difficult in of itself.
Yes, there's 5 songs.
Yeah.
So you've got a possible score out of 5. But if you recognize the phrase,
Yeah.
I'll give you an extra point.
Okay, good.
However, if you can, song name is easier, I think, than artist, because sometimes there's one-hit wonders and stuff.
Yeah, okay, good.
But
yeah, I'm way worse.
I will
with
also
song
tell you,
artists.
if you get the artist as well, I'll give you an extra point.
What if I can just
So there's a
sing
possi-
the song?
What
What if because
yeah.
I'm bad with names,
I-
but I'm okay with like maybe.
I
the-
will walk you to the door of the song name if that makes sense.
Okay,
Because
all right.
a lot of them are very easily named.
Okay.
Okay. Is that enough build up to apologize for what's about to happen?
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so this is this
Go
week's
for it.
Songs of Phrase.
I want to turn those
Now, Nelson, did you understand any of that?
Okay. I want to. So I mean, it started off as like I want to break free, which is a Queen.
But do before we get into the breaking down of the songs,
yeah, the
do
what
you
you'd
know
actually
the
said.
phrase?
Can you play it again?
I can.
Is that
So
fine?
what I've done, I've actually slowed it down by 10% here.
Okay.
I actually tried to slow it down further, but I'll be honest with you, I actually made it more difficult. to recognize the songs.
okay.
This is slowed down by 10%. But if this doesn't work, I will tell you the phrase because it's going to make it a lot easier for you. You ready?
Yeah.
I want to turn those
Oh, I want to turn dogs to gold.
Well done.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
give you a point for that.
Okay, yeah.
And what
One of them was like really hard to understand in that. Okay.
so what I'm going to do.
Oh wait, so that's not the song. Wait, okay.
Yeah, so the phrase is, I want to turn dogs into gold.
Okay.
Uttered by you at some point on this podcast. Multiple times.
Yeah.
So, there's 5 songs there that make up that phrase.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry.
I want you to
I got
name-
confused on what this was. Okay, so the first one was I Want to Break Free.
Yes.
By Queen.
Yes. And for those listening at home, in case you haven't heard it, this is what the song sounds like.
I want to break free.
So yeah, that is the start.
I want to break
Free.
Okay, you're off to a good start.
Okay.
You've got a point for recognizing the phrase and 2 points for band and artist.
Okay.
So
then I've got turn. Is it turn dogs or is it turn and then dogs?
Turn and Dogs, 2 different songs.
So I have to guess what the name of the song is based on the word turn.
Now, can you think of any famous songs with the word turn?
Turn back time.
It's funny you mentioned that. That was the other one I almost went with.
God damn it, everybody do that.
But
okay.
but it was actually harder because in this song they say turn very slowly.
Okay, right.
Here we
Can
go.
you replay the
Here we go.
I want to turn dogs.
Now, it's a very famous... I guarantee you won't know the artist, but it's a
Okay.
very, very famous song. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's from the 60s, so it's very old.
Turn. Oh, I'm so sure I know this one. I can just feel it in my bones.
How do you think the song goes?
Can you play it again?
Okay, sure.
But then try stop it after turn.
Okay,
if you
sure.
can, if you can.
Yeah, let's see how I go with this. Okay, here we go.
I want to turn dogs.
Do they repeat it?
Yes.
Oh, see, I kind of know it.
Yeah.
Turn, turn, turn.
That is the name of the song.
Yep, that's what
Turn,
I.
turn,
That's
turn.
why I was saying that, camper.
There is a season.
That's Turn, Turn, Turn by the Birds.
Okay.
So you've got I Want to Turn.
Yeah.
Then we're on to Dogs.
Who let the dogs out? It's got to be. I
And
don't know any other song with this
now-
word dog in.
Low hanging fruit. Do you remember the artist?
Yeah, it's like
I'll give you one guess at it.
It's gonna be like I the reason why I feel like I do know this is because older listeners might have remembered I had a disco business
Yeah.
called Lightning Discos,
Yep.
and we occasionally played this song. So it's like, I God. Is it like a DJ person?
No, it's a group. So it's a plural
Group.
name.
Damn, I actually thought it was gonna be a guy. Okay, I don't know.
So this is Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baha Men.
The Baha Man.
Who let the dogs out?
The dogs to gold. Nelson.
So you're doing pretty well.
Okay.
For someone
It's not too bad.
whose music is your weakness.
I'm on 30 points,
now,
I think.
the fourth song is the thing I think you'll struggle with the most.
Okay.
Not that it charted in number one for the least amount of time. I know
Yep.
that. But it's also from the mid 2000s. So then, I thought maybe your teenage years you may have heard it. But
Okay.
before we get to that one, Gold. Do you recognize Gold from the end?
I mean, you just gonna have to play it for me again.
All right, I can do that. I'm going to play the slower version as well.
Okay, thank you. So 2 is just
I
one of
want to turn dogs.
yeah. Gold. Yeah.
Now, this is from the mid 2000s. It was a bit of a party anthem.
Yeah.
Gold.
You're. Oh my god. Oh crap.
By the way, play along at home.
Is it Midas Touch? No.
No,
it's not.
But you're so close with Midas Touch because it's such a similar kind of song.
Yeah, I think the reason, I wanted to say that was because, I was just trying to think about songs with gold in it, but
Yeah.
but
and-
I do know that song. He said something about diamonds before that too, maybe?
I don't think so.
No, maybe not. Okay. This one's gonna annoy me.
Go.
Okay, play one last time.
Okay,
and if I
okay.
can't get it, I'm gonna give up.
Okay. All right. here
This
we go.
podcast has to be under an hour. Camber.
I want to turn dogs.
Shit. I know it.
Do you though?
That's the most annoying
you
part.
though?
I definitely know
Gold. Gold. He says gold 3 times in the chorus. I'll give you that much. It's a repetitive chorus.
this. Oh, wait. Mm. I don't know. I give up.
Black and Gold
Black
by
and
Sam
Gold.
Sparrow.
Oh, I should have got that one. It's so annoying.
Now, one
Do you
last
know
time.
what? There are listeners right now who want to strangle me.
No, yeah. Now,
I feel uncomfortable about that.
one last playthrough.
Yeah.
Into is what you're trying to get here, and this is
Into.
the hardest one. I think.
Boy.
I want to turn dogs into gold.
Now,
Oh, I sort of think.
now I'm going to give you a couple of hints.
because of
It's from about 2003,
Yeah.
and it's a pop punk hit.
Yeah.
So-
I was gonna say it sounds like a bit like Green Day or something like that.
You're in the right field.
Yeah.
with
Because
Green Day.
just because there's like a riff behind it
Uh-huh.
that I recognize
I'm
briefly.
going to help you. You're in the right field with Green
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
You're thinking the right category.
Like Blink 182.
Close.
Oh God, I'm so close.
There's like one other that is
Okay.
in that threesome of popular pop punk bands,
Okay.
but maybe the longevity hasn't been as great as Green Day.
Okay. Yeah. Then what else could it be? Like Evanescence or something like that.
No, okay.
That's a bit off. That's a bit further away.
I'm going to tell you the band name and
Okay.
see if from that, because this is arguably their biggest hit.
Yeah.
If you don't recognize the band name, you probably won't get the song name.
Okay.
This is from Sum 41.
Sum 41. Yeah. Okay. All right. Play it again, Game.
Hang on. I had
Sorry,
the-
you had the
I had
actual
the
track
answer.
going.
Yeah,
You
here
have
we
to
go, here we go,
play
here we
again.
go. Alright. And here we go.
I want to turn.
Oops, sorry. I have so many versions of this ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I want to turn dogs into gold.
It's like the. It's something like that, isn't it?
You sure?
No,
I know. You know.
that's more. That's more
no,
like
no,
that's
no.
like a Metallica song or
no.
something.
I think you're getting it confused with the other Sum 41 song.
Am I really?
There's two popular Sum 41 songs.
I was thinking that because of the riff in that song, though, or like the drum beat before he says into. Okay, give me the word before into.
What you want? Oh,
If you can remember, just
in the
you
actual
say
song.
it.
I'm
into you.
No, this is the song.
Okay.
That's In Too Deep by Sum 41. No, Nelson, you actually did pretty well
That's
there.
what I said. I said into deep.
Yeah.
Episode 41.
You actually did quite well there. Can I show you just quickly? I'm doing this off the cuff now. What I think you were getting it confused with, also by Sum 41.
Okay.
So there's a song by Sum 41 called Fat Lip, and so number 1 and 2 on their list on Spotify is
Okay.
In Too Deep and Fat Lip. Is this what you were getting it confused with?
Nah, I was thinking of like there's a Metallica song or something that I think I just got it confused with.
Right.
Because it was such a small section of the song. I had like one drum hit to go.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was the shortest bit.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
off. But you did quite well. You got the phrase, I want to turn dogs into gold.
Yep.
You got I want to break free and Queen.
and Queen,
You got,
yep.
you got turn, turn, turn.
Yep.
You got
Kind of
who,
flukily.
I'm going to give it to you. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I think that was
so
it.
you got a 5
Yeah. Out of 5.
out of 5. Oh, sure. I mean, there was,
5
there
out
was
of 5.
technically possible.
No. You said it was out of 5. Okay.
Look, we'll say this.
100% Gambo.
We'll say this. There was 5 songs,
Yeah.
and you got 5 points.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
But I
We'll
also want
put
to
that
know.
on the billboard.
I also want to know if listeners at home could pick them, because I think it's kind of hard. Again,
Yeah.
from the mind of Carl Pilkington, who's not
Yeah.
always the easiest man to read. And I will say, I think the one I did for you, easier than the ones that are on the show.
Okay, yeah.
They're almost impossible on the show.
The black and gold one, there'll be definitely listeners that get that. I'm annoyed that I didn't get that. I'm so sure I could have. If I had more time, Gambo, would have been fun. We didn't have to do this bloody podcast.
That's his next segment.
All right. So let's get into the Ask Me Anything. We're listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can ask us anything you want.
I got one here from Cousin Rowan. And we've got two, but I think it makes more sense to read Rowan's first, which will make sense afterwards.
Yeah.
It says, gentlemen, I am no addict, but I deleted the Reddit app to control my social media time, so you guys are now my primary source of Reddit content.
You're welcome. That's all you need. I imagine all our listeners have deleted Reddit. I only have Reddit because that's how I have to do the show. But everyone else listening, just delete it. You don't need it anymore.
Make a counterpoint, Rowan. This is a terrible way to get your Reddit content. AMA 93.0. If you could swap lives with someone you know, not a celebrity, for a week just to experience life from a different perspective, who would you choose and why? He goes on to say, I'd choose Hazim so I'd know what it was like to live in a Tesla. Cheers, Cousin Rowan.
I mean, easy choice. I'd also choose Hazim.
Also, we should quickly, a little bit of housekeeping. We did once say that you could just live in a Tesla if you owned one. Yeah, it'd make complete sense to us. Also, make a little bit of money doing Uber driving. Yeah. Just quickly, Hazim, do you live in your Tesla?
Yeah.
Just write it and let us know.
I think so. He definitely does. He definitely does.
Okay. No celebrities. I'm going to count Hazim as a celebrity because he's a New York correspondent.
Obviously.
Yeah. And obviously, we know that if we transferred into each other's bodies, you'd fill my pockets with mud. And I would tie you to a train track.
Well, you can't. I'm assuming you can't really control. I'm thinking this is like a being John Malkovich.
Oh, right. So
type
you're just
of situation.
Right.
Because I think if you can control somebody, I mean, you might be like, oh, I'd really love to be a circus performer.
Right.
And then you get on stage and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do any of this. You like triple backflip on your head.
You're swinging from a trapeze and you're like, wait a minute.
Oh, boy.
I'm not trained in this.
I should have at least jumped into this body earlier before the show. Pretend I had a stomach ache or something.
Right. So you're thinking like a lifeless passenger. And you're just seeing the point of view of someone.
think so. For that reason alone, I think, you still experience the highs and or lows of that person. But
here's the thing. I think that we need to choose someone who is a frequent guest of this show. Because if we're like, I'd choose our friend Brian. But people don't know who Brian is. Yeah. So that doesn't mean much to them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could say, I'd choose my friend Brian. He's an astronaut. I mean, there is sometimes context that you can apply. It's not like, oh yeah, I'd choose my friend Ben. For no reason, just like him.
I'm not going to name any specifics. I'm going to see if you know who I'm talking about here. Okay. In the company we used to work for, there is someone who notoriously no one quite knows what he does as a job. Yeah. I would
actually. That is a
spend
great
the day
one.
in his body because I want to know what he does.
Okay,
or she.
Listeners, I know you don't know this potential female or male. Yep. But Cambo's just hitting the nail on the head. Okay.
Yeah. This has been between our personal groups. Yeah. A big question for many years.
It's like or she seems like they don't do anything. They kind of just do sort of fun stuff, but at the same time, they kind of seem stressed out a little bit sometimes. And you're like, but why? Yeah. What do you? And the thing literally nobody knows. But I've spoken to the CEO of that company before, and he does not know.
And here's the thing. It's not that I don't think that they don't do anything. I just want to know what they do.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I know they do something. Yeah. But what is it? Yeah. Anyway. This has been very unsatisfying to everyone but us.
No, it's so good though.
Thank you.
Think, dear listeners, think of that person in your workplace. Maybe it's a neighbor. And you're just like, what do they do? They've got so many cats. Yeah. But
that's the thing. It's not so much about, for me, like wish fulfillment or whatever. Like I have quite a good life. I like my life. Yeah. It's about answering questions.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to use this opportunity.
I didn't think about that so much. I thought about it in the idea of like, I could be an astronaut and just see what that's like.
Yeah, like our friend Brian.
Like our friend Brian, which legitimately I think would be cool. It's like you could experience space without the risk of, floating off into space indefinitely.
The one hindrance is that we don't know any astronauts.
Yeah.
That's the one
Buzz,
thing keeping us down.
I know Buzz. That'd be annoying, wouldn't it? He's not gone back up there.
Yeah, it's true. You live in his life, right?
Yeah.
You're in his body, and you just hope that he's telling stories about space at that time, and not I know like doing his taxes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I picked an off day for Buzz.
He just watches TV for an entire week.
He's watching Handmaid's Tale. I've already seen this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a waste.
Oh, damn it. I guess I'll watch it again.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's definitely a risk if anybody chose us, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like mainly TV.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like TV?
Do you like The Office?
Yeah.
You'll be watching a lot of it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to choose somebody. One person I think, it can't be celebrity. Damn.
Do we know a celebrity? Loophole.
Do we, what?
Do we know a celebrity? That would be a loophole.
No. Don't know. Actually, okay,
if
just
we
the
did,
other.
they would have been on the show.
Just
No,
the-
they wouldn't. They'd never come on the show.
they would not. I know a celebrity sort of on Friday night. Actually, I had dinner with some friends who played Dota, and one of the guys at the dinner was the guy who won this year's and last year's tournament.
Yeah.
So a millionaire. I don't
yeah.
think I know him. Oh no, my uncle's probably a millionaire, but this guy probably has more millions.
Wait. You've had this millionaire uncle we could have been tapping for resources for 150 odd episodes, and you now just mention him?
I just have not thought of the
Wait, is
the
that-
side business that he's going to join this.
It's not a connection to cousin Rowan, is it?
No, other side of the family.
Hey, Rowan, join us.
So I sort of know him. Went to dinner with him the other night.
Yeah.
So we'll claim that.
I'll
And that
claim
would
it.
actually genuinely be a cool one. I would really love, again, it would definitely have to be the Being John Malkovich, or at least the start of that movie where I'm just seeing stuff from his perspective.
Yeah.
Because God forbid I get on the main stage of a Dota 2 tournament and I'm like, oh boy. They're like, oh, Anna's playing really poorly at the moment.
Here's what
does not know what's going
what's
on.
kind of funny about this, right?
Yeah.
Is you would kind of view his perspective during a tournament, which you could stream from your computer, but you're just like, different view.
No, there's actually, okay, so funnily enough, on this Friday night, we ended up going back to a internet cafe, as us people do when we go out. It's like, should we get really drunk at a bar? No, let's go to an internet cafe. It has games. And I watched him play, and it was actually really interesting standing next to him and watching him, because you can see the keyboard, which obviously you can't normally see. And there's just like certain elements of decision making that I found really interesting. So that's probably somebody I'd genuinely be interested in looking over. The original person I was going to say was actually Matthew Mercer, who's the dungeon master of Critical Role.
Right.
I just think I really like D&D, and I'd love to know like his preparation for episodes and stuff, and how that kind of works. I think it'd be really interesting. And he's also a voice actor, which I think just that in itself, if he did some voice acting that week as well, would just be like, oh, that's how this like process works, or
also, he hangs around that girl you like a lot.
Not so much. Well, there's a girl that has guested on their show a couple of times.
Oh, is that the one you have quite the crush on?
Yeah,
right.
Super. I find her, I don't know what it is, super charming.
Probably because she's really attractive and clever.
I wouldn't say she's like traditionally super attractive. She is an attractive person.
She's quite attractive.
I don't know if you think we're talking about the same person.
Stacey showed me some photos of some girl that you like from Critical Role.
I don't know, because it's not one of the main cast.
Look, I don't know. They all look the same.
Okay.
They all look like Matt Mercer.
Okay. Right. Dude, that's weird. He's quite unique.
Not to me.
Did you end up? What did you say?
I said the guy that we want to know what he does for a job.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah.
You literally praised me for about 2 minutes for my choice.
Yeah, I forgot about it. Okay, let's go to one here from Hazim. So this is a little different. And I'll just read the email. And so this is actually the second email, Cambo. I hid an email from you.
Oh, okay.
Which was essentially just the same. I actually didn't read all of it because I wanted to save it.
All right.
But he said that...
There's a subject line as well I think is important.
Oh, I missed the subject line.
It was called What Rules?
What
Question
rules?
mark.
Question mark. Okay. Could be an important part. Gentlemen, so I've had the idea that you should be forced to play the game that you created, which is not explained, so I will explain it, which is where we came up with the game show where the contestants don't know the rules.
Yes.
And they have to work the rules out as they go along.
Uh-huh.
And you award them points, and they have to work out by like at the end of the week how many points they've got and what they think they got points for and what they didn't.
They both win and lose points, and they need to work out why they're winning or losing points.
Yeah. That's right. And so so when Hazim originally wrote this email in, he said, I'd be happy to do it with some of the regular listeners.
Right.
And so I sent him the emails of those listeners, and so he said, Rowan, as in Riders of Rowan, because I'm guessing
That's
because our
Rohan.
Rowan.
That's Rohan.
That's
Riders of
Rohan.
Rohan from The Lord of the Rings.
All right. Anyway, Rowan, Abigail, Amanda, and I have come up with a few rules, and we'll be incorporating some questions for you to answer. Also, you should know that the scoring has already begun, and one of you has lost 5 points. Sorry, Cambo.
I don't know how I feel
I
about
don't
this,
know.
Nelson.
I can only imagine it's either the person that is or is not reading this.
Right.
So I think,
That's the vaguest thing you've ever said.
well, I can't imagine why there's any other reason why one of us would have lost 5 points and one wouldn't.
They may have scored us from last week. We didn't know when the scoring began.
Oh,
That's part of that's how we're going to work out.
That's good.
So
Okay.
here's the thing. Now I understand what big CEOs feel like when some of their workers unionize.
Yeah.
I now get that. I never understood, but now I do not like this.
Okay. If we're going at the point that the scoring has started a long time ago, I'm going to say you've lost the points for the chugga chugga thing.
Maybe I was awarded points for bravery.
Probably not. Okay. I would also happily share the rules I've come up with anyone who'd like to ask a question in the coming weeks.
Cool. I got a question.
Welcome to Add a Rule. I'll be vague at first, then we'll try to ask the questions in such a way as to help guide you in guessing the rules.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let you know your updated scores each time I write in with new questions. Additionally, so this isn't impossible, as time goes by, I'll start providing you with some clues.
Right.
Also, you should know that in addition to general rules, there is a rule dedicated to each of you individually. Oh my God, I did not read that. And FYI, there will be a prize at some point. Oh God, I hope it's a Tesla. Okay.
So actually, this brings me to my point because we've each got a rule about us specifically.
Yeah.
And this is something that having dinner, my girlfriend asked, and maybe when people write in, I'd be interested to know: are you more a Nelson or a Cambo generally with your opinions?
Oh right, yeah. That's right. We were talking about like the chuggers, and then the way in which we eat our food.
Yes, yeah.
Campbell and I are differing. So yeah, it's kind of like which one do you associate yourself with the most, or are most in line with in thought? Right in. Let us know.
So we now are in a game.
We're now in a game.
We've
already been in the game, Cambo.
It's now us versus the listener. And
you.
Oh,
I mean
true.
against each other.
Yeah, we don't know who we're versing. Oh,
we're
swinging in the
versing
dark.
each other, but also the listeners.
Yeah. So, and I believe there are some questions to kick off.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yes. Okay. So here's the questions. Question 1: what should this game be called? How do we decide? What if we think that our answer is going to impact?
Yeah, so this is the mind game.
The other person's. Like, should we maybe, in some instances, write on our phone what the answer is going to be, and then reveal it to each other so that we're not influencing each other. Because if you're like, oh, I think this is the answer, and I go,
yeah.
oh, that's a really good idea, I'm just going to steal that.
Right. Okay, so you're thinking some kind of like blind date scenario.
Yeah.
Where we write down individually our answers, lock them in, and then reveal them.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay, so what should this game be called?
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
the first question. Okay.
I've got one.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I've got it. I've
You
got it. Okay.
got one. Now, who goes first?
Okay. Can you
I-
ignore the stuff at the top of the page because that's a list for something else that I have?
That's fine. Do you read mine and I read yours, or do we read?
Okay. Well, I guess we can read our own and then verify later that nobody's changed.
Okay.
So I'm going to see you tapping away, Camber, if you're
that's
trying
fine.
to change your
That's
answer.
fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Pretty happy with mine.
Okay. I'm happy with mine also. What do you got?
Who goes first? Okay, me.
Yeah, you go.
I think it should be called The Game That Nelson Doesn't Win.
Okay. All right. I've got Brian.
All right. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
That's what the game should be called.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how that scored us as him, but there you go.
No idea.
One of us threw the other one under the bus.
Okay. Second question.
Yeah.
Each of you pick a number from 1 to 100.
Okay.
I'm so.
11.
Oh, okay. You didn't want to write it down?
No.
100.
Okay. Oh, you've definitely lost points for that.
I've got. Well, maybe
There's
you
no
did
way
go
you've
for
won
it.
points for that.
I'm just overthinking everything. I'm like, maybe they just meant 1 or 100. Definitely looks like 1 to 100
No,
because it's 1
pick,
hyphen 100.
Pick 1, 2, or 100.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't think of it that way, did you?
oh, no, because there's a hyphen. It says 100. Anyway, okay. Question number 3. I've never been under so much stress in my life.
To be fair, we've had very easy lives.
Yeah. Okay. When calling here fishy fishy, how many fishies follow here?
Okay, are we going to write down our answers?
Yeah.
Just to verify? Okay.
Yeah.
I've got it's definitely wrong because I've got a history of getting these wrong.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So how many fishies to here? Is that,
Yeah, I think I'm not super happy with my answer, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it anyway because I'm playing the mind game, Gambo. I'm playing the mind game.
I'm not super happy either. But shall we? Shall we go 3, 2, 1, then reveal our number? So we say it at the same time.
Okay.
Man, it's something to do.
Yeah. Go
All
for
right.
it.
So 3, 2, 1, then say it. You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
0.
3. Oh, 0.
I'm going on the mind game.
So you just go here.
No. Cambo, you're thinking far too logically and laterally and down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that fishies, FISHYS, is a different word to FISHY. So you never say here fishies. You just say here fishy, and there are multiple fishy.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
If I get points, Cambo,
Yeah.
I will be the one laughing.
Okay. I went with 3 here. Fishy.
I mean, that's wrong. It's if I was my other answer is definitely 2.
2.
It's definitely 2.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I had 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So I added one more.
See, I sort of did the same thing.
Yeah.
I just went in a different direction.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love if it was just the game was the rule was that so long as you just answer the question logically, you get a point.
Right.
And the more you overthink it, the less points you
I
get.
definitely think between the two of us, just to throw you further under that bus,
Yeah.
you've overthought this more than me.
Yeah. But I'm willing to bank on that
Yeah.
for at least the first week, the first round.
Until the scores roll in.
until the scores roll in and I have exactly 0 points or -5. It turns out you can lose points on this. Okay. that's it.
On that baffling note, we
On
end
that
the show.
baffling note, thank you for doing that, Hazim.
Yeah.
And in getting those other guys involved. Thank you to Rowan and Abigail and Amanda as well for
Yes.
helping.
If you want to know the rules to the show to ask us a question, we can put you in contact with those that can give them to you.
Yep. Or maybe even through Reddit. You
Yep.
know, like you might be able to say, hey, Hazim, I want to, and then you can communicate on Reddit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, if you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast @gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit. They are all READIT podcast. We'd super appreciate it if you could rate and subscribe.
Yep.
And
Austin, you could be losing points this whole time.
oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown.
Yes, rate and subscribe on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen.
Whatever you're doing. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.